So let's see if I can get this done in one take. G'day everyone, Happy New Year, welcome to 2020. My name's James. I'm going to start working on my YouTube channel, and firstly just a brief introduction on me, what I want to do, how I want to do it. Hopefully this will grow and everything will work out pretty good. Do some stuff that's not going to be professional level, but I want to start working on me being a better modeler, me being out of my comfort zone, working on something consistently and growing it across the year, and working on this whole talking to a inanimate object and having people give me a response from that. And I'm not really good in front of a camera, it's not anything I'm natural to, but hopefully I'll try and pick up some pointers from this and get a little bit better across the year. So yeah, I'm Australian. Down here at the moment it's the middle of summer. We've got yesterday was 45 degrees Celsius. Bushfires raging everywhere, sadly. Bush firefighters and locals dying, and it's pretty awful down here at the moment. Not really much we can do about it, but anyway, on with the news and everything that's going on. So Christmas just been and gone. Hopefully Christmas was good for you. Santa came and visited me. A few extra kits now in the stash. I'm going to try and work on those progressively along with other things that I've got, and so I got Stug 3 Tamiya 1/35, just because it's Tamiya, because I wanted a Stug. A whole bunch of fun had with that, trying to get the wife to pronounce Sturmgeschütz. Sober as, and that was very entertaining. So that one's new in the stash. DeLorean, Back to the Future. I'm going to make that up. It's the 125th Shima model. There you go, 124th. Just going to do that up as is, straight out of the kit. It's not the highly detailed model, but that'll work great because I want to try and get a V-dub combi in the similar scale, the bay window out of the movie with the Libyans attacking, and try and do that one up as a diorama. And similar thing, movie cars. Christine, love this movie. Never knew much about Plymouth Furies before then, but absolutely love this movie, and I'm going to have a whole bunch of fun modifying this model up. There's a lot of things within the model that itself are wrong. Just quickly, I haven't taken it out of the body yet, out of the plastic yet, but just pop this one out. There's a lot of slight body imperfections I'm going to have a lot of fun with modifying, and there's a Belvedere nameplate down here on the tail. It's all going to get removed, a lot of extra flash. It's a very, very old body, but going to have a lot of fun with that, I think. And managed to get myself some old Chrysler Model Master paint, so it's going to work brilliantly. Gonna love it, gonna have a lot of fun with that one. Santa was also really, really nice to me and got myself a new Iwata HPC Plus. I've been running with a cheap $25 eBay airbrush for about the last 18 months, since I got back into scale models, maybe 2 years. This airbrush has done me pretty well. Look, there's a steep learning curve with learning airbrush. You'll damage needles, you'll damage nozzles, you'll damage all sorts of things, clog it up without even realising, and this thing has been the best learning tool that I could have had up until this point, but it's definitely time to take something a bit more seriously, and I think the Iwatas, as much as I've seen, are really, really amazing stuff. Harder and Steinbeck and all that sort of thing, they're all available too, but I'm yet to actually use this, so we shall see. I'll come back to you in 12 months and see what it's like. But, so the 135th Good Shed, that was, where did that start? That started from Simon and the 135th Diorama group. and now all-scale diorama group. Simon created the rail themed group build for 2018, and I'd always had this blueprint for the G1B good shed of New South Wales, and hey, what better opportunity? I was going to look at something 172nd or 135th in Trumpeter, but always wanted to build the shed, so hey, build the shed. That turned out brilliantly, absolutely love it. There's still a few things on it that I'd really like to work on, but all things in time. What model's ever really finished? So me, I build, like I said, a lot of 135th tanks in the stash at the moment. There's a few Dragon kits of ISU 152s, T3485s, a couple of Tamiya kits. I've got, what have I got? ICM 148 Spitfire Mark 8 in the Aussie. Going to try and do that in Aussie colour scheme. So what's this channel going to be about? Well, mostly things that I like building, the way I like to build them. Like I said, I'm not a professional grade modeler. I just build for things the way I like them built. I've been modelling since about 1990. Dad bought me my first, I think it was an AMT Corvette Stingray or something similar like that, and I made a great mess of that. I then got another model kit that was found in a cupboard somewhere, and here, go and put this together. Made a bit of a dog's breakfast of that too, but I've built a few things over the years, mostly tanks, some model railway, some planes, all different scales, all different types, all different things. And I gave it away for many years, did my trade, family, all that sort of thing, and just found it again. Started out with a few basic kits, Tamiya, Tamiya's really, really good stuff. Great learning curve to start off again and pick everything back up. Just in front of me here, I've got a few of my completed models. One of my early attempts at a 135th Academy late hetzer. Basically the first kit that I really finished after starting back in models again. Absolutely love these things to bits. I'm going to build a few more of these across the year, just because I really love hetzers. They are just the greatest little cutest, I don't know if they're could you call a tank cute? I don't know, the Panzer Lux is a bit of an exception to that within World of Tanks. It's just a great little run around, fun little light tank. By the way, I played World of Tanks too. Probably not as often as much as I should, but yeah, it's still a fun little thing. But don't ever try and play that and then start recording a YouTube video, because the frustration you pent up in the game, you bring it into this video and you've got to just try and find 10 minutes to find your zen and chill out and get in a better headspace to make videos again. Here's one of my more recent finishes, 135th TACOM 135th CDL. This is what I would consider a mostly finished state, basically straight out of the box, with a minor modification of some scratch belt details, some resin details and things like that, but it's also got a small headlamp modified into it, so it actually is a fully functioning CDL. I might do a separate standalone video on that another time. Basically it was straight out of the box kit, basic weathering that I picked up from Sergio Solo. Shout out to him, miss his content, but hey, personal life gets in the way sometimes. Really, really great model. Taught me a whole bunch about underframe weathering, basic weathering across tanks, and really highly recommend his channel. One other that I've built, the Dragon 135th T3485, or T34 or more, T34 with quad anti-aircraft mod. Love this tank, great little build. Only problem I had, I dropped it and a whole section of track missing and a whole section of track broken off. Yeah, I'll get around to fixing that at one point in the future. One of the first kits, after the Hetzer and all the other things, a couple of the Tamiya kits that I put together that would just throw it together and see. I put together the flak feeling, the 4-way anti-aircraft gun and the 20mm. Absolutely love it. It's a $7 kit or a $10 kit or something like that. Highly recommended for just an afternoon build, throw together, go out and grab it. I think I might have even built a couple of them and thrown them away just because it was just a quick, easy, throw it together build, and I don't really think much of it, but a few more little kits like that I'll just throw them together as a quick build video on how-tos and stuff. Yeah. The only problem with this kit that I found was all the leftover parts. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Dragon kits, look, Dragon, you build some high quality stuff, love it to bits. But I paid so much for so much left over. Now, hey, kits, parts left over, that's a good thing sometimes. Only if you can reuse the parts. If it's a whole bunch of extra tracks and you use the rubber band tracks and you get the link and length, great, or individual links, you can reuse them for extra stuff across the front of a Sherman or a T-34 or something like that. But there wasn't enough left over for me to reuse any of that for putting all a turret together or a body panel or a rear section or whatever together to then weather it, experiment, use it as like a paint pig. But hey, great quality kit. So why YouTube? Well, like I said at the top of the video, I am not a natural person to stand in front of a camera and give a spill on how I do things and why I do things. So we want to try and work on that over the year of 2020 and beyond. I have a lot of unfinished models, like most other modelers out there, and I want to try and use this as a levering point to get me to actually finish models, because I've got a 132nd Comet, I've got a 172nd Spitfire, ME109 and ME110 that are part way painted, and I'm just not finishing stuff. So I want to try and use this as a point of, I can either have a build video and then a painting video, but maybe break it up because it might get too long, it might get too boring, but we'll see how we go. So what's going to make this channel different to all the other modelling channels on YouTube? Probably not much. It's just going to be the stock standard, same old stuff. Build a model, paint it, weather it, put it up, there you go. But I'd also like to do some of the more beginner aimed sort of stuff. There's a lot of basic things that you need to know as a beginner that just no one really sits down and tells you. Or they make it so complicated, it's a bit overwhelming, and it's not really fun to be starting out in anything with all this information and try and absorb and take in and make sense of. So to finish up, I'm just going to keep working on some little easy videos, a few little tips and techniques like building these narrow gauge wagon roofs and things like that. Just little quick videos that I can throw out really quickly, really easily without too much time and too much trouble. Hopefully I'm going to try and work on some regular content once a month minimum, hopefully a couple of times a month, but work and family life commitments and all that sort of things, so we'll see how we go. Please give me a like, give me a subscription, leave a comment, just let me know if there's anything I can do. Sorry for the audio, if it's not really crash hot, I'm going to try and work on that, but start out, work with what you got and see how you go from there. Any problems, any questions, give me a shout, and hope to see you on the next one. Take it easy.